Attention, if you have an IVC filter to prevent blood clots, listen carefully.
The FDA warns that IVC filters can cause serious injuries. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you've suffered heart damage, lung damage, or internal bleeding, call the Goldwater Law Firm.
Call us right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you or a loved one were injured from an IVC filter that failed, call 1-800-494-8686. That's 1-800-494-8686.
If you are one of the many who suffered from food poisoning because of contaminated peanut butter, you may be entitled to a cash award.
If you were hospitalized or if someone you know died from contaminated peanut butter, call attorney Jim Adler right now.
If this has happened to you, keep the jar. If you've been hospitalized, you may be entitled to a cash award.
Some Peter Pan and Great Value peanut butter has been recalled. Keep the jar and call attorney Jim Adler now at 713-777-4000.
Attention diabetics, if you've taken the diabetes drug Avandia, listen carefully. If you or a member of your family has suffered a heart attack, stroke, congestive heart failure, or death while taking Avandia, you may be entitled to financial damages. Call the Relying Group now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free legal consultation. Despite the fact that the FDA has issued a safety alert to all Avandia users due to an increased risk of heart attack, stroke, congestive heart failure, and even death, the manufacturer is still selling Avandia. Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. The Reliant Group has successfully helped thousands of Avandia victims and their families get the financial compensation they deserve. Call now for a free legal consultation. There's absolutely no risk on your part. You don't owe us anything unless we're successful.
Attention type 2 diabetes patients. Are you one of millions currently taking the diabetes drug Avandia? Have you or a loved one suffered heart problems such as congestive heart failure? The FDA warns Avandia users of the potentially increased risk of heart complications while taking the drug. Never stop taking any medication without consulting your doctor. But if you've suffered a heart attack or if a loved one has died after taking Avandia, call our lawyers at 800-814-0444 for a free evaluation of your claim.
Attention accident victims.
Attorney Jim Adler offers help to victims of auto or truck safety defects, such as seatbelt failure, rollover accidents, SUV rollovers, truck rollovers, or van rollovers.
If you were in any serious accident, even if you were at fault or already received an insurance settlement, call attorney Jim Adler right now.
If you were in any accident involving severe burns, paralysis, brain damage, amputation, or wrongful death, call attorney Jim Adler right now at 713-777-4000.
Attention, this is a legal alert for former patients of Dr. Nikita Levy at Johns Hopkins Hospital's East Baltimore Medical Center.
Johns Hopkins Hospital and law enforcement are investigating the unauthorized photographing and videotaping of certain patients who were treated by Dr. Nikita Levy since 1988. If you were treated by Dr. Nikita Levy, your privacy may have been violated. Call Science and Kirk right now at 1-800-522-0102. That's 1-800-522-0102.
This is a drug alert.
I'm Terry Crouppen. My law firm fights giant drug companies. Here's what we're tracking right now.
Recently, the makers of Peter Pan and Great Value peanut butter have recalled some of their products. If you've eaten Peter Pan or Great Value peanut butter and then had fever, diarrhea, or abdominal pain that required medical attention, you may be entitled to compensation.
We're Brown and Crouppen. Call us for free at 421-HELP.
Important message for users of the drug Vioxx.
The FDA warns that those who take Vioxx may double their risk of heart attack, stroke, or even sudden cardiac death.
On September 30th, 2004, the largest prescription drug recall in history was issued for Vioxx. However, researchers have suggested that Vioxx should have been withdrawn years earlier.
Merck, the multi-billion-dollar manufacturer of Vioxx, may be to blame for your heart attack or stroke. You could be entitled to a large cash award, but you need to act now to preserve your legal rights.
The law firm of Robert Goldwater and their affiliates know how to make companies like Merck pay for their mistakes. Call for a free case review today. Get the justice and financial compensation you deserve.
Have you or a family member been the victim of a Vioxx-caused heart attack or stroke? Call the law firm of Robert Goldwater right now. Get the compensation the law entitles you to. Call 1-800-801-0900. That's 1-800-801-0900.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services, sponsored by attorney Bob Goldwater. Do not stop taking a prescribed medication without first consulting with a physician. If you or a loved one developed brain tumors after taking the birth control medication Depo-Provera, you may be entitled to significant financial compensation. Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now to see if you may qualify. Recent studies suggest a link between the injectable contraceptive Depo-Provera and meningioma, tumors that grow in the membranes of the brain. Meningiomas are slow-growing tumors and may exist for years before being detected. Women who received injections of the birth control drug Depo-Provera for a year or longer may be at a higher risk for meningioma. Significant financial compensation may be available for you in this time of need. There are strict time deadlines to file, so don't wait. Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now to see if you may qualify for compensation.
800-652-3356. That's 800-652-3356.
The following is an urgent message to all former users of the arthritis drug Vioxx. If you are one of the hundreds of thousands of people who have taken the 25 milligram dose of Vioxx, you may face an increased risk of developing serious health problems. Vioxx sales were halted when strokes, heart attacks, increased hypertension, kidney damage, blood clots, and pulmonary problems were found among some users. Call Provost Humphrey to see if you qualify. Don't gamble with your health.
Attention Vioxx users. On September 30th, 2004, Vioxx was pulled off the market due to increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, and death to patients. If you or a loved one suffered a heart attack, stroke, or died while taking the prescription drug Vioxx, call today and discuss your legal rights. You may be entitled to compensation. Call 1-800-22-VIOXX. That's 1-800-22-VIOXX. Let us fight for you. Call 1-800-22-VIOXX.
If you have diabetes and have taken the drug Avandia, you may be entitled to a cash award.
If you or someone you know has suffered a heart attack, stroke, or even died while taking Avandia, call attorney Jim Adler right now.
I'm Jim Adler, the tough, smart lawyer. If you or a loved one is taking this drug, call me right now. You may be entitled to a cash award.
If you've taken Avandia and have had a heart attack or stroke, call attorney Jim Adler right now at 713-777-4000.
Have you suffered serious injury after using the recently recalled blood-thinning drug heparin? Our investigation has revealed that many batches of heparin have been contaminated. We've traced the problem to manufacturing facilities in China. If you or a loved one has ingested heparin within the last year and either died or suffered a serious injury, call this number immediately to learn about your legal rights. Call us toll-free, 1-877-283-3852 to speak to an attorney. Call now to protect your legal rights.
Attention, several batches of the drug heparin have been recalled due to contamination.
Heparin is a blood thinner used for surgery or dialysis patients or other bedridden patients.
Heparin has been linked to hundreds of serious injuries, as well as several deaths.
Severe injuries have also been reported. Organ failure, low blood pressure, shock, or even death. Warning signs include chest pains, difficulty breathing, allergic reactions, abdominal pain, fainting, low energy, nausea or vomiting, skin redness, increased sweating, throat swelling, or headaches.
All of these things are indications of heparin poisoning. Call us. You may be entitled to a large cash award.
If you've had surgery, kidney dialysis, or if you've been bedridden, you may have been given heparin and not even known it. Call attorney Robert Goldwater right now.
There's a time limit to file your claim. Don't wait. Call us right now.
If you've had any of these symptoms, call the law firm of Robert Goldwater at 800-350-1551.
Warning, heparin has been linked to hundreds of deaths.
Severe injuries have also been reported. Organ failure, low blood pressure, shock, or even death.
All of these things are indications of heparin poisoning. Call us. You may be entitled to a large cash award.
If you've had any of these symptoms, call 800-513-1600.
The FDA reports that some patients taking the anti-smoking drug Chantix may experience suicidal thoughts and aggressive behavior. Although thought to be safe and effective for many users, serious emotional changes may occur within weeks, even days after starting Chantix treatment. If your loved one committed suicide or was hospitalized for attempted suicide while taking Chantix, find out if we can help you. Call Norris Injury Lawyers at 1-800-REAL-LAW for a free confidential evaluation.
This is a Tylenol alert. Have you or a loved one suffered severe liver damage after use of Tylenol? Call 1-800-583-4444 or visit youhavealawyer.com. The lawyers at Science & Kirk are reviewing cases for users of Tylenol who have been hospitalized with liver injury, diagnosed with liver failure, required organ transplant surgery, or even died following Tylenol use. Financial compensation may be available. Call 1-800-583-4444 today.
Attention, certain fentanyl pain patches have been recalled because of a defect that can cause a fatal overdose.
This is serious. If someone you know has died while wearing a skin patch for pain, the manufacturer may be to blame.
I'm attorney Bob Goldwater. If you or a loved one used this patch and were injured, call me right now. You may be entitled to a large cash award.
If someone you know has died while wearing a Duragesic skin patch for pain, call 800-228-1020.
Attention, if you own a 2003 to 2007 Ford Super Duty truck with a 6.0-liter diesel engine, you may be entitled to money damages.
If you own one of these Ford diesel trucks, even if it hasn't caused you any problems, call us right now to see if you qualify for money damages.
If you own a 2003 to 2007 Ford Super Duty truck or Excursion with a 6.0-liter diesel engine, call 1-800-555-1212. 1-800-555-1212.
Attention, anyone who has a financial loss due to the Gulf spill.
Is the Gulf oil spill affecting your job, business, or property? If this spill is costing you money, you should be compensated. Call attorney Gordon McKernan right now.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Call me right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
If this oil spill is costing you money, get Gordon.
Get Gordon and get it done.
Call 1-800-673-5520.
Attention Yamaha Rhino ATV drivers. There have been widespread reports of severe injuries and deaths due to rollover accidents.
If you or a loved one were severely injured with crushed arms, hands, or legs, had massive surgeries, or died because of an accident on a Yamaha Rhino ATV, call attorney Jim Adler right now.
Don't put this off. Call me immediately. You may be entitled to a cash award.
Call 214-320-1111 or 817-320-1111.
Attention dialysis patients. The FDA has issued a Class 1 recall of Granuflow and Naturalite dialysis products manufactured by Fresenius Medical Care. These products used during dialysis can cause heart attack, cardiopulmonary arrest, and death. You may be entitled to compensation. If you suffered a heart attack or your loved one died during or after dialysis treatment, call Chafin Luhana at 1-800-333-5792 for a free and confidential consultation.
Attention, users of the birth control NuvaRing.
If you or a loved one used the birth control NuvaRing and suffered a heart attack, stroke, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, or blood clot, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
If this has happened to you or a loved one, call us right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now. Call 1-800-391-5000. That's 1-800-391-5000.
If you had a claim denied or your health coverage canceled by Assurant Health, Time, or Fortis, call attorney Ken Nugent now.
These companies let some people go without treatment because it got too expensive. Courts have recently awarded $8 million and $38 million to victims who had their health coverage dropped or denied.
Call me right now. You may be entitled to a large cash award.
If any of these companies denied your claim or canceled your health coverage, call 1-800-CALL-KEN. 1-800-CALL-KEN.
Attention Avastin users.
If you or a loved one used the breast cancer drug Avastin and suffered gastrointestinal perforations, congestive heart failure, kidney disorders, permanent disabilities, or even died, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
Call us right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
If you used the breast cancer drug Avastin and suffered any of these injuries, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now. If you have a transvaginal mesh implant and have suffered extreme pain, chronic discharge, urinary problems, infection, or you've had the device break loose or surgically removed, call now for a free consultation.
If this has happened to you or a loved one, call me right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
The makers of these faulty mesh products may be to blame for your injuries, not your doctor. Call now. That's 1-800-265-4300. If you have a transvaginal mesh implant and have suffered extreme pain, chronic discharge, urinary problems, infection, or you've had the device break loose or surgically removed, call now for a free consultation.
If this has happened to you or a loved one, call me right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
The makers of these faulty mesh products may be to blame for your injuries, not your doctor. Call now. That's 1-800-265-4300.
Attention, a brand new study has just linked popular energy drinks to serious heart problems.
If you were hospitalized for heart problems after consuming an energy drink, call the Goldwater Law Firm.
If this has happened to you or a loved one, call us right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you or a loved one suffered a stroke or heart problems after consuming an energy drink, call 1-800-494-8686. That's 1-800-494-8686.
Dramatization, paid testimonies.
Attention diabetics.
If you or a loved one has suffered a heart attack, stroke, or even died while taking the diabetes drug Avandia, call attorney Gordon McKernan right now.
If you or a loved one has taken this drug and were injured, call me right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Get Gordon. Get your lawyer.
If you've taken the diabetes drug Avandia and were injured, call 1-800-546-2350. That's 1-800-546-2350.
Attention Hydroxycut users. If you or a loved one has taken Hydroxycut for weight loss and suffered liver damage, seizures, cardiovascular problems, muscle damage, or kidney failure, call handler Henning and Rosenberg at 1-800-LAW-4000 for a free consultation.
Medical studies show that patients who take Plavix are at an increased risk of serious bleeding, including hemorrhagic stroke, TTP blood disorder, gastrointestinal bleeding, bleeding from ears, eyes, and nose, bleeding ulcers, subdural hematoma, and death. The FDA recently issued a new black box warning for Plavix. If you or a loved one suffered serious side effects or died after taking Plavix, you may be entitled to money damages. Call Audette & Partners at 1-888-99-AUDETTE or visit us online at audetelaw.com.
Attention, if you've had a corneal transplant, this message is for you. A new study by the CDC says that Renew with Moisture Lock may be to blame for your corneal transplant.
If you used Renew and have had a corneal transplant or suffered blindness, call the law firm of Robert Goldwater right now.
I'm attorney Bob Goldwater. Bausch & Lomb is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and you may be entitled to a large cash award. Call me immediately.
Call 1-800-DRUG-LAW. That's 1-800-378-4529.
Attention hip and knee replacement patients. Did your hip or knee joint become infected after surgery, resulting in a revision surgery or amputation? Recent studies have linked forced air warming blankets used during hip and knee replacement surgery to deep joint infections. If you developed a deep joint infection after a hip or knee replacement surgery, resulting in a revision surgery or amputation, call 1-800-777-9340 for a free consultation. Call 1-800-777-9340.
This is important news for people who have had the medical procedure known as a neck fusion. You may have been treated with a medication called Infuse Bone Graft. New reports link Infuse Bone Graft to injuries such as severe swelling, shortness of breath, infections, failure of the fusion, male sterility, and death. If you have developed any of these conditions after a neck fusion, call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Operators are standing by.
Attention diabetics.
If you took the drug Onglyza and were then hospitalized for heart failure or were diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, call the Goldwater Law Firm.
If you or a loved one has taken this drug and were injured, call us right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
If you took Onglyza and then developed heart failure, pancreatic cancer, or if a loved one died, call 1-800-494-8686. That's 1-800-494-8686.
Attention Accutane users. Accutane has been withdrawn from the market. If you or a loved one has taken the drug Accutane and now suffer from inflammatory bowel disease, also known as IBD, or developed Crohn's disease or colitis, you may be entitled to compensation for the harm caused. If you or a loved one has taken Accutane and now suffer from IBD, inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, or colitis, call Handler, Henning & Rosenberg at 1-800-LAW-4000 for a free consultation. Call 1-800-LAW-4000.
Attention surgical patients. Many hospitals are now using a surgical robot to perform hysterectomies, prostate surgery, and other surgeries. The problem: robotic surgery has caused some patients to suffer serious injuries and can even result in death. If you had a hysterectomy, prostate surgery, or other surgery with a surgical robot and suffered serious injuries, medical complications, or your loved one died, you may be entitled to money damages. Call Handler, Henning & Rosenberg at 1-800-444-9651. Call 1-800-444-9651.